Hello, this is the Glasstire Top 5 for the week of January 14th, 2016. I'm Rainey Knudson.
I'm Christina Reas.
Oh my God. There's so many openings. There's so many things that opened last week. There's 5 shows that I saw at galleries or that are opening that I would wish I could list, but we have to not do that.
Yeah, I thought this week was going to be easier because we knocked a certain number of things out of the way last week, and then this week has turned out to be every bit as hard. We're doing our best, kids.
If you go to our events pages and it says upcoming events, you'll see, particularly in Houston and Dallas, there is a ton of stuff opening. Number 5 is actually in Austin. Dennis McNett, the Wolf Bat Archives at Slugfest. Good old Slugfest, the print shop. This guy I first became aware of him, even though he's a huge star in the graphic design and sort of skater graphics world, because he had a show at Nicole Longnecker Gallery in 2014, and it was one of the very first shows we ever picked for a top 5 because we had just started doing the top 5.
Yeah, he's a Brooklyn guy, but he's been to Texas a few times in the last several years to do various projects, and I don't know what his Texas connection is. He's a printmaker, and he's a very, very good one.
I just find his stuff endlessly look-atable.
Yeah, there's a lot of Japanese woodcut sort of influence going on, and he knows what he's doing. So number 4 this week is Annette Lawrence, longtime North Texas-based artist, chair of the UNT art department. She's a great artist, and she's got 2 things going on right now. One is a solo show of new work at Conduit. It's called Standard Time. If you're familiar with her work, you know that what she tends to do is very meticulous, beautiful, kind of meditative. It's sort of a marking of time. She graphs time in various ways. It's very personal time for her. In this case, it's 25 years. It's every single day of 25 years of her journaling or not journaling, done in these big, beautiful, round graphite grids. There's 12 drawings, 12 massive drawings. They're really lovely. Also, she's got what's almost a retrospective at UNT on the Square in Denton that just opened a week or so ago. It's part of the Black Film Festival. She does not make films, but this is work of hers between about 1990 and 95, which was a really formative time for her.
Annette she's so important, and she's having it seems like kind of a moment right now. Number 3 is Michael Bise, Born Again. Yes, we are picking Michael Bise, who contributes to Glasstire. Not because he is one of our writers, but because we just think that this is really good. It's opening on Saturday, the 16th, from 2 to 5. Mm-hmm. There will be a talk with him and Clint Willauer at 3. And this is his latest body of work. And I was really interested to see how his work has once again taken a turn. He is always exploring very much autobiographical terrain with his family, his larger family of origin in the sort of evangelical church that he was raised in, but formally these pieces look different.
They do. His edges are getting distorted in a very interesting kind of acid trippy way. Though things are really getting trippy.
Really?
Within and on the edges of what's happening. So number 2 this week is Celia Eberle. She's at Chris Worley's gallery in Dallas. The show is called The Mythology of Love. So Celia Eberle really is one of my favorite Texas artists, hands down. One of the great things about her is when you walk into her show, it's a new body of work, and you've truly never seen anything quite like it before. She's kind of the queen of morphing in terms of being able to take on a whole new body of work and teach herself how to produce the thing that needs to be produced meticulously and beautifully. And in this case, it's these giant perfume bottles, and with these stoppers, these heads on them, each one different, and they're charming, but they're dark. And the mythology of love for her, there's nothing love and light about that. I mean, Celia's heart is a dark one, and she's created a perfume for the show. Actually, she's created 4, one for LOVE, and she's done a really nice job. I'm very discriminating about that stuff. She's done a great job. They're just incredibly striking objects, discreetly and as a group. And there's more work in the show. There's this great big wall of bats.
If I think of the 2 artists who are strongest with materials in Texas, it would be Celia Eberle and our number 1 pick, Paul Kittelson, whose show Falling Skies opened last weekend at Devin, Borden in Houston. And speaking also of hard work that looks easy, Paul's work looks incredibly easy, and I can only imagine that that's the reason why he's never had a really serious consideration in a solo museum show, because he deserves one. I loved this work. I almost always love everything Paul does. It's really simple. The standouts from the show were these chicken wire drawings where he is cutting out some kind of chromed or aluminum adhesive, really thin decal, and hand cutting it in the shape of both square and hexagonal chicken wire, and then drawing the shadows underneath it, and you see the bulbousness, and you see the the kind of inconsistency of the material, and of course it's all a trompe l'oeil, flat plane. Similarly with a broom leaning against the wall that's not leaning against the walls, and a just absolutely gorgeous small drawing, again with that aluminum adhesive of what appears to be ice flows. And then a huge winner on our Instagram feed last week, his charcoal briquette pyramid that's underlit with red underlighting. But God, so much opening this weekend. And if you're a museum show and you're opening this weekend, we didn't pick you because you're going to be out for a little while.
That's it. So keep going to see some art, because there's an embarrassment of riches right now.
It's really, really good. Lots of good stuff right now.